Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on a new foundation. So it's going to be on this foundation here. It is, let me read it, hold on. The NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. We're going to see how I like this. I don't know, I saw this at Ulta. I was intrigued. I don't know, I don't think I ever really heard anything on it, so I saw it and I was like, well, you know, I'm not really a glowy person, but I'm gonna see how this works for me, because I am trying to be a little more open to stuff like that, even though I have normal to oily skin, because the more I use like glowy stuff, the more I'm like, you know what, that's not that bad. It actually looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a shot today. But before we get into it, I'm gonna go ahead and just read off some things about this, and then we'll go ahead and go into the application. So this foundation is $10. I actually thought this was kind of cheap for NYX because I feel like some of their stuff just gets so expensive. My video that's coming up before this one is on an eyeshadow palette that's $35 from them. So I feel like for a drugstore, they've always kind of been a little more pricey than some brands. Like, I don't know, I guess the drugstore prices are changing now too, because I feel like some prices are more expensive than what they would have been a long time ago. And oh my god, I'm showing my age. But yeah, anyways, this is $10. I don't think that's horrible for a drugstore foundation. It's like in the middle, you know, it's not $5, so it's not fantastic, but it's not $15 or $20, so that's great. Anyways, it's $10 and it comes in 45 different shades, so I think that's pretty impressive for a drugstore foundation. Normally I feel like drugstore foundations just have such a small range that it's just not enough, so the fact that this has 45 different shades is amazing. And let's see if I can see anything about the claims or anything like that. I don't see anything on here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read the description on Ulta to see if there's anything in here that we should go over. There isn't really anything crazy groundbreaking in here. It's just the fact that it's supposed to give you a naturally radiant finish and that lasts, and that it's medium to buildable medium coverage. Ooh, I can't words. Buildable medium coverage and a naturally radiant finish that lasts. So I just read that last part. But that's basically the claims of it, to give you a natural glow, and yeah, I don't know. That's about it. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So this is what the packaging looks like, and it comes with 1.01 fluid ounces. I don't know if that's a lot. Let me look at what the other ones I have are. Compared to some of the other ones, I'm gonna say that's actually a pretty good amount, because some of the ones that I'm finding are actually less than 1 fluid ounce. So for $10, I feel like that's a good value. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So I already primed my skin and I used the NYX Shine Killer. Felt like I was just gonna need a little bit more as far as trying to make it so I wasn't oily. I got the shade Natural, so it's 07, I believe. This is probably darker than what I would normally go for, but I just came back from camping and I have been out by the pool a lot, so I'm gonna say if this doesn't work today, it's probably gonna work in a week or two. And I actually put a lot on the back of my hand. I probably put too much, but we'll see how this is. Hopefully this isn't too dark for me. This is actually looking really pretty though. Like, I don't think that it's really giving me a lot of coverage, but I can definitely see like right in here that I'm definitely picking up a glow, and it actually looks really, really pretty. But you can definitely still see my redness and any like discoloration and stuff in my skin. Like, you can definitely still see that. But I mean, compared to this side, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell from the camera. I still don't have contacts. It's gonna be like the story of every video, the fact that I still don't have contacts. So I can't really see from here. But from what I can see in my little mermaid mirror, I think I'm good. I don't know. I mean, compared to this side, you definitely can see that there's coverage on here. It is very light. We'll see how it builds up though. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the other side of my face started. He said that Super Valley Girl too. That was an accident. I feel like with the foundation like this too, I'd be interested to see how it applies with a brush. Not sure if you guys would be interested in having me do like half of the face one technique and the other way. To be honest, I don't really use a brush very often for my foundation. I just don't do that very often. I just don't do that like too often anymore, or really almost not at all. But I wouldn't say like, if anyone is interested in that, then I can definitely start doing that. I just always go for a sponge anymore, so I don't know. I feel like this is looking pretty good. I'm doing my best to see how that looks, or how I literally cannot words right now. I'm trying to see how that looks on the camera versus using a mirror. So that was really interesting, like trying to apply it using the camera view thingamajig. Yeah, this is definitely glowy. Probably gonna have to do extra primer, or not primer, like some powder on my forehead. I mean, it definitely looks like a very natural glow, so I'm not mad about it, but we'll see how it wears with me being a little more on the oily side, or a lot more on the oily side. I don't know, I was just feeling really spicy. Okay, when I saw this at Ulta, I was like, glowy. I'm just adding another layer because I do have, probably not all over the face, but I do have a little bit of product left, so might as well just try to use it and then see how this baby builds up. But it definitely is not a full coverage foundation, which, I mean, honestly, I think that's fine. Most days I wear BB cream, so I don't really, you know, that's fine, especially after you do like concealer. But if you are someone who really likes a full coverage, I'm not sure how well this would build up to be completely full coverage. And I think I'm a pretty good example because I do have lots of redness and some discoloration in my skin, and it's definitely not really doing anything to that. It is making my skin look really beautiful though, like from what I can see. I do like the finish that this has, surprisingly. I don't think it's really hiding anything. Honestly, don't have too much left. My right side might have gotten a little more coverage than this side did, but I feel like it's not going to be like, maybe it is a little bit noticeable. I'm just going to take a little tiny bit left, tiny bit more, a tiny bit more, just to put it on the left side of my face, and then also kind of get a little bit more on the forehead, just so my whole face matches. I'll just go ahead and dodge this. I don't really, like, I kind of want more coverage on my nose, but this definitely is giving me, like, obviously it's gonna be glowy, but I think that if I put too much on my nose, it's just not gonna be flattering for me, so probably going to avoid doing that. This is actually really pretty though, and I actually, did I pick the right shade? I think I picked the right shade. I can't wait, like, if this foundation looks like totally off and you guys are watching this and you're like, you need to get contacts, because you cannot see anything. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm gonna go do that tonight. I just have no idea how long it's gonna take for them to get here. I think last time it took like about 2 weeks. Hey, if you guys know of any place that I can get contacts that isn't gonna take forever, let me know. I am a little blind. Obviously, I'm a little blind, but okay. So looking at this now, I feel like this looks really pretty. I'm going to take a quick look at it on how, for some reason, I like to look at how my makeup looks on my phone before like I keep going, basically. Not necessarily like when I'm filming, but I just wanted to get a better idea of like how everything is looking. And I feel like, sorry, I was just looking at my phone, but I feel like this finish is looking really pretty. I think it's gonna be a really beautiful foundation for pictures. Like your skin would just look like angels were singing. Okay, I should edit that to like an actual like because yeah, I'm bad. I can't do that. I should never try to do that again because it did not sound good. But I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. And I just ramble on constantly 24/7. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit closer what this looks like, and hopefully I have everything blended out, but if I don't right now, it will be once I get off the camera and finish the rest of my makeup. But this is how it looks close. This is very glowy, so it's definitely very glowy. You can already see my forehead's not really liking it, but the cheeks and everything, like, look at how that looks. Like, that looks really pretty. So I definitely, so far I think this looks really nice. I think the shade was a good match. The forehead is a little too much, but again, I was just taking a risk because why not? You know, if you want to wear glowy stuff, then wear it even if you're oily like me. Like, just wanted to try it out, see how everything looked. But yeah, that forehead is a little much, but I like the natural glow in the cheek area. I think so far that it looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then we will talk about it a little bit more. Okay, so this is the finished look, but I think this looks actually pretty good. Like I said earlier with the forehead, might be a little too glowy for my forehead, but we're gonna see how all of this kind of wears, see how it looks at the end of the day. It is basically the end of the day, so I'm not gonna have this on for more than like maybe 3 or 4 hours, but I think that that's probably a good amount of time to see like if this is going to be a good option for me. And I totally have like foundation on my lips right now, so I'm gonna go fix that and put like a lip something on, and then we'll keep talking. Now that I have something on my lips and that it's not super distracting anymore, I can even see that from over here. Okay, anyways, I mean, I get you guys in a little bit closer. I did put a little bit of powder on and a little bit of highlight, so it kind of, I tried to powder the areas that I knew were gonna get a little more oily. And yeah, I mean, from here at least I think it looks good. Happy with the shade that I picked, and at least I think so. But overall, I mean, I think it looks really pretty. I'm excited to see how it photographs. From some videos that I have watched on this, that it actually, like, a lot of people have said that they just look so good in pictures, that I'm really excited to see if that's true or not. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty. I don't think that it had a lot of coverage by like any means. I'm interested to see how you could build it up. I mean, I probably just didn't put enough on, but especially with something glowy, I feel like part of the glowiness is to be kind of like, to look like your skin, to look natural and fresh, and I didn't want to build it up too much, and especially having like normal, or like combo oily skin, too much of this foundation probably wouldn't be a good idea for my skin, but I'd be interested to see someone who has dry skin, how this would work for them. And of course I already kind of knew that like going into this because I do have oily skin and this is a glowy foundation, but I was interested to see how everything was gonna look. Like I said, not super full coverage by any means, but so far I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I think it looks pretty from, I keep saying from here because I honestly can't see here. So I don't know, maybe it looks really bad on camera and I have no idea, but from here it looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna see how this wears and then we'll come back and I'll show you guys. It's only going to be a couple hours, but I think with the fact that I have oily skin, we'll be able to tell really fast whether or not this is going to be a good foundation for me or for people that have really oily skin, if it's going to be a good foundation for you guys. But yeah, we'll go ahead and check in before I take this off and I will see you guys in a little bit. So it's the next day now and I just finished my makeup. I'm gonna go to work. So it's about 8-ish. Probably gonna have this on for like almost 12 hours. So I might do like a check-in like in the middle of the day to see how everything is looking. I'm already pretty shiny. So we'll see. I mean, I still think this looks actually pretty good, but I'll check in throughout the day. So this is where I am now. It's at like 12 o'clock, I think. So I've had this on since 8. I mean, it doesn't look bad. My makeup just kind of looks kind of questionable right now. I'm moving around and like walking a lot at my job. So kind of a little sweaty, a little bit. It actually doesn't look too bad. My nose, definitely you can see a lot of shine. My forehead doesn't look too bad. I kind of feel more sweaty than it actually is looking, which is good. And I haven't like blotted or anything like that. I need to just do like a little bit of powder because like, especially like right here, it just is a little too slippery for me right now. But not bad. I'll check in a little bit later, probably around like 5 or 6. Okay, so this is at about 5:30. Yeah, I am pretty oily. I mean, you look at this, like in my cheeks and everything, I still think this looks really pretty. I think what I'm like starting to realize is this would look gorgeous on someone with dry skin. For me, I definitely would need like a blotting powder or something like that. I was trying not to use anything like that today because I really wanted to see like how it was gonna wear and how everything was gonna look. I was moving around a lot today. I was walking around. I was basically on my feet majority of the day, and I was, you know, kind of sweaty a little bit. So I know that definitely adds to the oiliness, and like you can't really see my forehead too much, but it's definitely, I mean, my whole face is like an oil slick right now. Like I said, it looks good on the cheeks, like that's okay, but the nose and the forehead are looking pretty rough. I'm interested to see like how it would work with like if I was using a powder or like a blotting powder throughout the day, to see if that would help at all, because overall the finish of this foundation is really pretty. So it's, you know, I mean, I'm gonna see how it's gonna continue looking throughout the day. I'm gonna go home. There's not really gonna be much else. After this I might check in like once when I get home and then go from there. But yeah, I mean, it looks good overall, but it's definitely wearing kind of how I expected, honestly. I'm not super surprised. I just need to see what it would look like with like a blotting powder or something to kind of help my oily face. I don't know. But yeah, I will check in at the end of the night. Okay, so it's the end of the day. It's like 8:30 or something. I probably have barbecue sauce on my face because I just ate. But yeah, this is what my face looks like I haven't done any touch-ups, anything like that. It's looking kind of rough. See the redness in here. I've probably wiped off a lot of stuff too because I touch, obviously, I touch my face all the time. But let me just look at my forehead and in here on my nose. I'm very, very oily after this. I don't know, that's pretty much all I have to say. I think in the beginning of the day, this looks really nice. I probably just need to try it with more matte friendly products like a blotting powder and just powdering throughout the day and using a blotting sheet or spray or something, and I'm sure this would look a lot better. But to kind of show you what it looks like without doing that stuff, I just felt like that would be a better idea, just to kind of get the gist of things. But yeah, so overall, I mean, I think that it gives a great finish. It's not super full coverage or anything. I think that if you have really dry skin and you like that super dewy look, that this will look you'll love this. I really think that you would love this. I do like the finish and I do want to use it more. I just need to kind of find ways to make it more wearable for my skin because you can see I'm very, very oily right now. And this does happen with a lot of different foundations for me, so it's not a surprise really. It's just a matter of finding out if there's ways that I can kind of get around it and still make it wearable for me. But for the most part, I thought that it looked really nice. I do think a lot of it kind of came off of my face already. I think a lot of it's kind of gone, and I know my makeup looks super rough right now, but yeah, I mean, overall, I'm not mad at it. I think, you know, I'm definitely interested in using it more, seeing how I can make it more wearable for my skin, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who has super, super dry skin. I feel like this would look amazing. It would look amazing on you. And yeah, it's not a full coverage, but I mean, I think you could work around it. Anyways, before I keep talking and talking, this is it for this video. If you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.